Welcome back another episode of NBA 2K14. In the earlier episode, you see right now the Miami Heat crushed the San Antonio Spurs in a huge 2013 NBA Finals rematch as LeBron James got 33 points, Dwayne Wade got 21 points, Mario Chalmers got 13 points, Ray Allen's got 12, Chris Bosh got 10, Norris Cole got 9, Shane Battier got 8. One a huge night for Miami Heat. On the other hand, the San Antonio Spurs, Manu Ginobili got 30 points, Thiago Splitter got 15 points, Kawhi Leonard got 14 points, and Michael Beninelli got 10. Tony Parker got 8, Mike Grady got 7, and Tim Duncan also only has scored 7. What a huge night for the finals rematch here in Miami. So let's check out the next meeting for the finals rematch for Miami Heat. There will be meet on March 6, 2014 on TNT Thursday. That will be another round 2 of the NBA Finals game. Finals rematch part 2 will be here in the AT&T Center in San Antonio. That will be interesting. And now, let's check out some presentation here, ready to go, and now we're ready. So, next game on the other hand, we're off to the Madison Square Garden in New York City for the second game of NBA ABC Sunday Showcase doubleheader featuring another superstar matchup, featuring Kobe Bryant of the Los Angeles Lakers take on Carmelo Anthony of the New York Knicks. That should be another good one. And for this game, the Lakers gonna use the purple and the Knicks gonna use the white. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here in the Madison Square Garden in New York City. And now, anyways, we are sending over to Kevin Harlan here in New York. And now, let's get started. Enjoy the video. Here we go. And enjoy the video from Madison Square Garden, New York City. Now, let's get started. Enjoy in New York.
Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports' presentation of the NBA. I'm Damon Bruce. Sunday in the NBA. It's the Los Angeles Lakers going up against the New York Knicks. And now, time for the call by Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg from New York City as they get ready for the opener.
It's time for some hoops at the home of the New York Knicks. We're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And one of the players we'll focus on here, Pau Gasol, guys.
Well, he's such a versatile scorer offensively. I mean, Gasol's a guy who shoots with range. We saw him even make some threes last year for the Lakers. But really good at the mid-range area, and he'll just punish smaller defenders down on the block with either hand.
And, you know, some have labeled him a finesse big man, Steve, but I think he's consistently one of the league leaders in offensive rebounds. You can't be a finesse guy and gobble up offensive boards. He's got that big height advantage, especially at power forward.
For the Knicks, they continue their stretch of home games. They feel like they're a better team than their record shows, and in games like this one, it's an opportunity to prove it. They can step it up and make it even. We'll see.
When I look at New York, they've had a disastrous season in a lot of ways. I mean, you can tell that by looking at their place in the standings. It's been ugly for them.
I don't know how this happened, guys. I really don't. This is a team that had plenty of talent. I think people genuinely thought it was a playoff club. But, boy, once things started to go wrong, man, they just went straight south. You know, it's interesting. Kobe, the last few years, has gotten very loose with his opinions. He's not afraid to say it like it is. And I think one of the inflammatory remarks he made that caught a lot of attention was when he mentioned that the Olympic team back in 2012 was better than the 92 Dream Team.
Here's Smith. Steve Nash making his last shot. And stolen by Kamen. Now the feed to Nash. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
And that was a bold thing to say going back to Kobe. Definitely got the media talking, Clark, about, you get the feeling he actually believes that they were better.
You know, he might have been right, he might have been wrong. I think it comes back to the fact that Kobe has no problem saying things that might not be easily received. I'm not sure why anybody is surprised by that. I mean, you don't get to be an elite player without having very high confidence in your ability and your team.
And here is Felton following the three from Young. Nice shot by Smith.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Now here's Nash, averaging 10 points per contest. The shot's good from Smith. Smith's got 5 now.
4 straight makes out the gate. That's a sweet start.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Mike Woodson had a few moments to share with me. One player he doesn't want to overlook is Pau Gasol. He said Pau has that hook shot that is nearly impossible to guard, and that most of their defense on Pau will be centered around denying him the ball and forcing him to catch it away from the basket. We'll see if they can execute that plan, guys.
Thank you, Doris. And Anthony gets it to go.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that rapid coverage on that play.
Young dishes to Nash. Kobe covered by Smith. Kobe against Smith. Kobe gets to Gasol. He's against Stoudemire. Again, the Lakers. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against Charlotte.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what it is when the team continues to attack. Come away with layup. It demoralizes the defense. Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics a pretty exception?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Jamison drives in. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Lakers.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Now here is World Peace. The finger roll finish at the box. World Peace has got his first 2 points.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And he'll backs him in. Goes up the baseline. Again, the Lakers.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominated.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Here's Udrich. The drive by Shumpert. And Hill with the block. And here is Blake. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Well, you know, when they need a big three, he's the guy they look to. He's about as reliable a deep threat as you're going to find.
And I don't think you can look past what a fearless player he is, too, guys. I mean, just look at all the charges he takes.
So it's the Knicks now. 6-point game. Picked by Bargnani. 6 on the shot clock. World Peace. That's good. And it's Udrich with the assist that time.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Nice shot by Jamison.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Here's Udrich. It's Martin on the way. Udrich. Some nice passing by New York here. Great open look there. Shumpert's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Here's Udrich. The open shot, world peace, and the Knicks good for 2.
That's how to orchestrate for your team. Terrific pass.
Blake for 3. Got it to go with no time. Left on the clock.
You talk about stepping up at a big moment. That is some fortitude, folks.
I should say.
The awareness, the release, everything was just perfect.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Lakers lead by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
Coming up this Monday night, January 27th, the Atlanta Hawks take on Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Big-time hoops coming your way.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they've built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane.
Pablo Prigioni is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Martin. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Bargnani in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group. New York will start the second leg. Outside for Kobe. Shoots. And again, it's the Lakers. And so it's New York with it, trailing here by 8. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Lakers team.
Well, they thought they'd handle this club last year both times, but they actually split the 2 season meetings.
Los Angeles has gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless. 6 for 6 tonight. Young pass to Blake. Kicks to Kobe. Jamison. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe. Kobe's got 5 assists in the game. You know, you would think, as you said, Steve, that no matter what building they were in, this was a team they should have beaten both times.
It probably had a little something to do with the fact that they're just not a very familiar opponent. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Kobe's got 4 this quarter.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
Shot's good from Bargnani.
Great interplay there between those 2 teammates. And you look at Andrea Bargnani, he's always been able to shoot 3-pointers. And the biggest thing with him is developing his low post game, accepting contact and being physical, taking advantage of that size inside. Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And for Bargnani, developing a back-to-the-basket score mentality. Taken right from the Dirk Nowitzki playbook. Pretty important weapon.
Yeah, and Dirk has said it himself, Kevin. When you're just an outside shooter, teams can really take that away from you. Being able to maximize your size inside, that's the key for Bargnani's development and maturation as a player going forward.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Felton attacking. Here's Smith. Hits the jumper in space. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
Oh, he's explosive, Kevin. And a lot of time, all it takes is a basket or 2 to really get his motor running. And suddenly, he becomes almost impossible to handle.
And something else everybody loves about him is his ability to do the sensational and spectacular. His dunks simply defy description at times.
Smith hits the pick for Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Vernon Felton. That's now 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He had a whole lot of space to to get that shot.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to Orlando.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about.
Yeah. They allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers. In the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Lakers leading by 7. Outside, Kobe. Soft touch off the glass. Kobe's got 13.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Tries to save it. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Right now, let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. The Lakers, number 1. The Knicks, 4th.
You know, Kevin, all season long, these are two of the most reliable teams when it comes to knocking down free throws. And that gives a team, a coaching staff, a lot of confidence, especially when you get in late games and it's close and tight. You're unafraid of getting to the free throw line because you've got confidence your guys are going to knock them down.
Felton attacking. Here's Chandler. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Robert Sacre comes in for Pau Gasol. And Wesley Johnson has subbed for Kobe. And so here is New York. A 12-point game. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game.
Boy, you take a look at that Celtics game. That's one they'd really like to have.
Smith's shot is good. Los Angeles is going to sublime 4 of 4 from three-point range since we've gotten in here in the second quarter. 56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Nash against Felton. Here's Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And that's 10 points for Carmelo Anthony. Nash kicks to Johnson. Nick Young on the wing. Back to Johnson. Shoots the 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Nash dishes to Johnson. That's good.
He had to battle for that lay-in. Excellent, tough defense, but he found a way to get it down anyway.
And the Lakers with some changes. And a world peace, he's checked in for Stoudemire. And it's Udrich in for Raymond Felton. For Los Angeles, they had shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here's Farmar. He's guarded by Udrich. Gets the bucket.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety. Good ball move. You put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on match finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
Fades away. No good on the buzzer beater. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Los Angeles on top, up by 16. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint. And now get ready for the halftime report. We're happy to be part of your Sunday. Los Angeles in front against New York. They're looking to stop a long road losing streak. They've lost their last 4 away from home. Kobe's tearing it up against New York. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. The Knicks on the other side, not looking as crisp. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover numbers way too high through 2 quarters. Carmelo Anthony got off to a good start. He's been rolling recently, and he's continuing his excellent play in this one. And a look now at some games that have yet to tip off. It'll be the Warriors out at Oracle Arena against the Trailblazers. That game is an all-Western Conference affair. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And one game also on the docket. The Nuggets will face off against the Kings out in Sacramento. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And now, a look at the other NBA action. It'll be the Suns against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Both conferences represented in that one. Game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern. And that'll wrap things up for me here in the studio. Second half is just around the corner. Thanks so much for stopping by.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
And all of a sudden tonight, he's become their big assist man. I mean, his passing was the key to their offense in that first half. Not something you always see.
And that's not a role he usually plays, and one I'm not sure he's comfortable in, but they've needed him to make some plays today, and to his credit, he's done it.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Nash and Bryant in the back. Inside the 7-footers, Gasol and Payton. And it's Young in at the small forward position.
That finish brings me back to the old days. Silky smooth finger roll. In his return to New York, I tell you, Raymond Felton looked to have his best season yet as a pro. He came in and made plays and filled the void left at the point guard spot for the Knicks.
And for Felton, I guess, just something in the water in New York, huh, Stevie? He's played his best basketball in the big city.
Yeah, he had a good run there several years back before he was traded to Denver as part of that Carmelo Anthony trade. And now that he's back in New York, Felton once again having a terrific impact on that team.
Here's Kobe. Again, the Lakers.
Perfect on their first 3 shots now. That's the way to start the second half.
Knicks trail by 18. Throws it up high. And the dunk by Jim.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
There. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course. Well, I bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
Now, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. You take a look at Young. So solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league. And, of course, Kobe Bryant.
Just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming the perimeter.
And not just on the perimeter. I mean, all of these players drive the lane very effectively. Yeah, they're excellent outside shooting, but it's getting to the rim and finishing in close quarters that push those percentages as high as they are.
Lakers leading by 16. Working on Smith. Kobe draws the double. There's Nash with the 3. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. 9 points for Steve Nash.
And he's someone the defense has to keep track of at all times because, you know, even when he doesn't have the ball, he moves so well without it. He's constantly a threat to catch and shoot.
And you can't talk about him without mentioning his great passing ability. Not just the right pass, not just perfect placement, but excellent timing to spring his guys for the best possible look.
Shots good from Young.
And assists like that have typified their effort today. Great ball movement.
Really an example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. What a great start to the second half. They still haven't missed a field goal.
Backing down is Bryant. Young, covered by Anthony. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Some changes for the Lakers. Knicks trailed by 21. And Prihione kicks to Shumpert. Martin with a screen on Young. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist by Shumpert. Hardaway has got his second basket of the game.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Shots good from Bargnani.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Hardaway passes to Prihione. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the game. Chris Kaman is checked in for Pau Gasol. That's good from Prihione. Lakers leading by 16. Nash kicks to Jamison. Back to Nash. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the basket by Blake.
You know, it might have been overlooked because of the way Steve Nash has been able to get everybody involved throughout his career, but he became just the 5th player ever to reach the 10K assist mark.
Prihione dishes to Martin. Anthony right side. All sorts of time. Hits the bucket. Anthony's got 20 points.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. This shooting has been off the charts.
And for Nash, with the injuries last season and his role more off the ball, his assists were way down last year.
But he passed Magic Johnson on the all-time list, and this season, passing Mark Jackson. So with health, who knows? Maybe he can someday catch Jason Kidd.
Shots good by Anthony.
Well, I think he's really willing his team on now. He's carrying them. He's doing it all. He's yet to miss a shot.
Nash kicks to Jamison. He dishes it to Kaman. And the foul on Chris Kaman. That's his first foul. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. If you look at Houston, what a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And checking out the Lakers, they have a lot of ground to make up.
Looking at the Lakers, their season hasn't been great and it hasn't been terrible. It's been fairly pedestrian. A few times it's looked like they're about to turn the corner, but they just haven't been able to sustain that winning momentum.
And I'm not quite sure why that is, because I think they've got the talent to be among the league leaders, but it looks to me like it's not going to happen for them this year.
The first one falls. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Farmar comes in for Steve Nash. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Where was he going with that pass? That's just a awful turnover.
The Knicks making a switch here. Smith is checked in. And so it's New York with it. They trail by 16. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Felton the pass to Smith. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and he can be looking at a three-point play. Meta World Peace, he's checked in for the Knicks. The Knicks shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. When you look at the numbers, impressive.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole. Textbook example there of how to defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Lakers lead by 14. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports.
Coming up this Wednesday night, January 29th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Hoops action.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Anthony in a position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Farmar kicks to Kobe. It's taken away by Smith. Felton dishes to Stoudemire. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
What a display of offense we've seen today, and it's only getting better.
Well, both defenses have been on their heels all day, and it's begun to take its toll.
Gets it to go.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
World Peace with it. He's picked up by Hill. And the jam by Stoudemire. Here's an injury out on the floor, and that does not look like anything.
No, this is the last thing you ever want to see at a game.
You know, at this point, we can just knock on wood, say a prayer, and wish him the best.
Bryant, a stupendous finish in traffic. Kobe's got 20.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Mike Woodson was giving to his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks for the slam dunk, and Kenyon Martin did not like that.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right. Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
Anthony's shot is off.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Smith drives in. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Farmar with the bucket. Oh no, he may have gotten injured right there. He's in a lot of pain.
No, this is the last thing you ever want to see at a game.
You know, at this point, we can just knock on wood, say a prayer, and wish him the best.
Knicks trailed by 14. Felton kicks to Smith. And that comes pays off the assist by Raymond Felton. And that's now 21 points for J.R. Smith. Kobe against Smith. Nick Young on the wing. And again, it's the Lakers from deep.
Got to make a defensive adjustment here because he's just destroying them from three-point range.
Well, even when they've closed out on him, Steve, he's knocking them down.
And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Bargnani. Kobe against Smith. The 10-footer. Again, Los Angeles.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Here's Anthony. And again, it's New York.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it on himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Nice shot by Felton.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Park. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Nash, the pass to Gasol. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
You know, people look at Steve Nash, guys, and I don't know if they automatically think tremendous athlete. But he is. He's a different type of tremendous athlete. He's not going to blind you or amaze you with his running and jumping ability, but it's his agility, his coordination, his balance, the fact that he's ambidextrous, not only with his hands, but with his feet. I mean, he's equally balanced going either way with the ball or on his pivots. And he attributes a lot of that to playing soccer and ice hockey as a youth.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down 5-14. 1:41 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Felton. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Gets it to go. And for Nash is great agility. Really helps him on the offensive side, certainly. And change of speed and direction, shifting all over the floor. He can keep defenders off balance. Always has been able to do that.
Yeah, but defensively is where he's suffered here the last couple of seasons. Just losing a little bit as he's aged. But he's a smart player and understands how to survive defensively out on the floor.
Kobe kicks to Nash. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. 16 points for Steve Nash.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
Kobe attacking. Gets it to go.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's had.
Last year, Kobe Bryant became the youngest player ever to get to 30,000 points in an NBA career. What an accomplishment. It just goes to show what a special talent he has been ever since he arrived in this league.
And a jam by Stoudemire.
Just like soup. A little more ferocious, though.
Okay, Clark approves, everybody. Steve, what about you?
Well, I wasn't thinking about soup. I was just impressed with the strong finish, wearing that rim out.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Steve, you talk about Kobe with 30,000 points. He's run 5 players, certainly in NBA history, to score that many in a career. And Clark, when you think about Kobe and the landscape of the NBA, all the great players have had, truly amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And part of me wants to think that if he really wanted the all-time scoring crown, he might be able to get there. But For him, as he said, it's all about range and playing at the highest level.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Gets it to go.
He's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
And the Lakers call time here. They're ahead by 15. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Not sure why they're calling this timeout. The game is pretty much over.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. Maybe they just want to bask in the win just a little longer, but I don't agree with it. Let's go. Get out of here.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Now Shumpert.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Now Blake. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Kobe Bryant.
So looks like that will be final wrap up here in New York City as the Lakers snap a 4-game losing streak to defeat the New York Knicks by 12 points, 123 to 111. Let's check out some view box score. 26 points for Carmelo Anthony, 23 points for J.R. Smith, 16 points for Amari Stoudemire, 20 assists and 10 points for Raymond Felton. Kobe Bryant got 31 points and 15 assists, and Nick Young got 23 points. What a huge night for LA Lakers. And now, for the rest of the game, except for Nets Celtics, I will skip the Nets Celtics movie, more importantly, because of the important that was Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett returned to the Boston, Massachusetts, just like in real life. So that will be a skip from Magic Pelicans to Pistons Mavericks will be skipped for the rest of this game. For the rest of this game right now, we skip for the Nets and the Celtics. There's now, you see Magic are now improve the record over the last year as the Magic beat the Pelicans. Marc Gasol's got certainly day to day. Greg Oden will be returned, and looks like unfortunately Brook Lopez will be out for 1 to 2 weeks due to the lower back strain. Andre Miller, Wilson Chandler, Aaron Gray, Kendrick Perkins will be hurt, and CJ McCollum will be re-healed for the Blazers. On the other game that's going on here, the Magic beat the Pelicans, 27 points, tied with Eric Gordon and Jrue Holiday. But Holiday got 13 assists, Davis got 16 and 10. Rivers got, who's that, 14. Aaron Aflao got triple-double. And Vucevic Beach tied with Tobias Harris with 18, but Vucevic got 9 rebounds. Suns beat the Cavaliers. Kyrie Irving, Anozunji got 23. Kyrie Irving got 20, I'm so sorry. Caron Butler got 28. Jaron Green got 21. Blazers beat the Warriors. David Lee scores 32-11. LaMarcus Aldridge got 26 and 8. Nicholas Batum got 19 points tied with Damian Lillard, but Lillard got 9 rebounds. Nuggets somehow lose to the Kings in the overtime. Wow, how did the Kings win this game again? Isaiah Thomas got 34 and 10. DeMarcus Cousins got 27-12. And Carl Landry is so close to triple-double. JaVale McGee got 22 points. Henrik Farid got 20 points. And Ty Lawson not even close to triple-double. Nets beat the Celtics in a complete the revenge game at the TD Garden. Courtney Lee got 26. Brook Lopez got 22 before he got injury on the lower back strain. 19-10 for Joan Johnson. 15 points and 9 rebounds for Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett not even close for triple-double. And the Mavericks dominate the Pistons. Look at the between third quarter and fourth quarter. They both score in 40 points. Dirk Nowitzki fell to triple-double. Monte Ellis got 22. Devin Harris got 19. Josh Smith not even close to triple-double. And Blake Marone got 27 points and 9 rebounds. So fortunately, we will not play here tonight for Brook Lopez as the injury due to the lower back strain. So, next game on our hand on Monday, January 27, we got some more NBA games coming out. 6 NBA games together. We got Suns, Sixers, Timberwolves, Bulls, Clippers, Bucks, Hawks, Thunder, Kings, Jazz, and Raptors, Nets. It's gonna simulate right now. We'll find the simulate right there. John Sammons will be out for 6 and 8 weeks due to the torn hamstring. No, torn hamstring will be out for 6 and 8 weeks. First minute is now healed. Jerry Cunningham, another injury. Kings on the injury list. And Bahamonte will be also out for 46 weeks due to the stress fracture. Kenneth Farid was still injured for Nintin Distis. Randy Foy for surname. Patrick Beverly, Dante Martin Jr., Jeff Pendergraft, Will Barton. So fortunately, we're still not yet to return Darren Williams and Rajon Rondo yet. Unfortunately, right now, just to check out the up scores, we got the Sixers, Bulls, Clippers, Thunder, Kings. How about that, going to 9 wins? And the Raptors somehow beat the Nets because they still have to wait for Darren Williams. Move on to January 28. As we approach when wrap up here, we got the Pelicans, Cavaliers, Spurs, Rockets, Grizzlies, Blazers, Magic, Pistons, Celtics, Knicks, Wizards, Warriors, and Pacers, Lakers. We'll be simulating right now. Afrique Aminu will be out for 46 weeks. Again, Afrique Aminu will be out for 46 weeks due to the broken finger. Kyrie Irving will be healed now. That will be fine. Anderson Varejao, no! Anderson Varejao is out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the lower back strain. John Jenkins also got injured, out for 2 to 4 weeks due to the sprained ankle sprain. Sean Marion is now healed. Bernard James, Andre Drummond, Tim Duncan, and unfortunately, we still not yet to return for Darren Williams and Rajon Rondo as they still injury list. As they fortunately will not yet return as they still day to day for injury, torn hand ligament, and Jeremy Allen is still injury for day to day. Darren Williams still day to day as now is out for the game still. Unfortunately, Tyreek Evans still injury. Kendall Marshall is not yet waiting as they not yet to return. Fracture eye socket for Jermaine O'Neal. So fortunately, Darren Williams not yet to wait as the injury for at the time. Let's see what happened to Kings updates. You see what happened without following the injury so far. That was annoying, the worst injury moments ever. So, we're off doing some Monday night. Our first game of the day, we got another superstar showdown. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder take on LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat. We got the Magic, Raptors, Suns, Bucks, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Bobcats, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Kings, Pistons, Hawks, Sixers, Celtics, Rockets, Mavericks, Wizards, Clippers, and our second game we're off to San Antonio was the Bulls and the Spurs. So no flex out for the Cavaliers Knicks game here in New York. They will be keep their flex in. And next January 31, we'll have a flex game here in LA. That will be here at the Bobcats and the Lakers. Check out some of the view box score. Unfortunately, I forgot. We got the Cavaliers, the Rockets, the Grizzlies, the Knicks, the Pistons, the Knicks, the Warriors, and the Lakers. How about that? Alright, now let's check out the coaching rotations for the changing CJ McCollum return. And unfortunately, Darren Williams is not playing. And unfortunately, Darren Williams, Rajon Rondo not yet to return. That was so sad. They want to see again. Let's check out some. CJ McCollum is now re-healed now. Will be swapped out for Andre Crabbe. Right now will be switched. And we're back to Wesley Matthews will drop. Why? No, stop. We drop up to 10 minutes now. We'll be in. So this is what we're always trying to get out for the app CPU. Doing set 240 minutes allocated right now. As you see CJ McCollum will be back up for the shooting guard as they return, but they didn't play at the time. Let's see on the other hand for Mavericks. As you see, the controller stuck again due to the dust and debris, and now it's still ready to heal. Unfortunately, they still have to wait for Rajon Rondo. Is coming soon for starting lineup. Will be hopefully should replace. What should be replaced there? I think we're gonna go with Keith Bogans right here to swap out for Rajon Rondo return, and then we'll get out for Joe Johnson. Will be back soon for Jason Terry, and we'll wait for Darren Williams. But at the time, Brook Lopez will be back again. Unfortunately, after he back the lower back strain despite the injury, I will swap up to this one, and we'll swap into Andre Blatchford for now. And unfortunately, he cannot get back because they said of the players are we must have 240 minutes. We're gonna swap into this one. Brook Lopez after he got injury, but he will be suing for lower back strain after that. That was unfortunately. So, we're still waiting for at the time before we wrap up for January 29. That will be wait for Darren Williams for the Brooklyn Nets and Rajon Rondo for the Boston Celtics. So let's check out some playoff picture for now. Miami Heat still the top for the first place. Chicago Bulls, Atlanta Hawks, Brooklyn Nets, the division leading. Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks. In the last place is the Orlando Magic. Bobcats are the hunt, will be still in the same spot. What game for the Bobcats remaining? Let's check out Bobcats remaining schedule. That will be faced against the Nuggets. And will be the ESPN Friday against the Lakers. There's not Bucks Magic. So in February 5, just like in real life, was the Blazers Knicks. They will swap the Pistons Knicks. In the Pistons Magic swaps the Blazers Knicks. And now Pistons and Magic were not to be flexed out on ESPN Wednesday as like in real life. So instead, we keep it. And at the time, Cavaliers and Wizards, there will be sure, I'm not sure if they flex out soon, if they might be replaced their potential Cavaliers Wizards game, and the Timberwolves Pelicans will be keeping for ESPN Friday. So, Blazers and the Pacers will be going to ESPN Friday soon, and then we'll wrap up for the All-Star break. We have the two matchups we're going here tonight until this All-Star break. We'll skip it for February 12, and we'll up to this one for February 13. We'll be get ready for the All-Star game. So then now we're going to some news right here, not yet to trade announcements, so we're gonna check out some more. We're gonna get ready for now. So we wrap up for it as the Lakers will defeat the Knicks by 12, 123 to 111, and now next game tomorrow night we're off back to American Airlines Arena for another superstar marquee matchup featuring Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook of the Oklahoma City Thunder take on LeBron James and Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat. And followed by the second game, we're going to San Antonio, another superstar showdown featuring Derrick Rose and Tim Duncan of the Derrick Rose of the Chicago Bulls take on Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs. As the Western Conference Finals Game 3 realized in the books, the Minnesota Timberwolves dominated over the Oklahoma City Thunder by a 42-point margin, and the Florida Panthers one win away for the 2025 Stanley Cup Finals for the third consecutive season. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the LA Lakers beat the New York Knicks by 12 points, 123 to 111. This is Andre Kenshin. Say so from Madison Square Garden, New York City. We'll see you tomorrow here in American Airlines Arena in Miami for the Oklahoma City Thunder take on the Miami Heat, and followed by the second game here in the AT&T Center in San Antonio for the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs. Once again, this is Andre Kenshin saying so from Madison Square Garden, New York City. It's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, we'll see you tomorrow here in American Airlines Arena for the Miami Heat host the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the second game here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio for the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs game. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and thanks for watching. And reminder, we'll see you tomorrow. First game, we're off the American Airlines Arena for the OKC Thunder take on the Miami Heat, and the second game here at the San Antonio at the AT&T Center for the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.